We are back trying NVIDIA's LHL LOL miner unlocker yet again. Is NVIDIA getting pawned? But first, DJ Rabid, spin.
All right, let's get into it. Sorry for the little bit of a late start.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who are all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hey guys, what's going on? Rabid here. It is Monday. Yes, Monday of all days, and we're going live. Yesterday we went live. We were testing the LHR unlocker on my 3060 version 2, but we're utilizing, I don't even remember what driver it was. Where is it? I don't even have LOL miner lined up. See, I failed. I failed this. LOL miner. Let's find out what we got here. Releases. So yesterday we were trying driver number, where's the drivers here? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Right here. So yesterday we were at 470 103.01, or you're supposed to use 510. Now people, were commenting, as well as during the live stream yesterday, you guys were saying, let's also try the other driver. And it was getting late. I had to stream on my other channel as well. And things just get crazy. It's busy here. It's busy here. Got to stick to like a time slot schedule type of operation. Regardless, so that's what was pretty much. Why does my screen seem so weird? I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's lined up. Anyway, so today we're gonna try. Some comments are saying you're seeing way better improvements using the 510 drivers. So I installed the drivers and everything. You can see here on the test bench. We're utilizing now 510 60. 02. So we're going to go through pretty much the same settings that we went through. We could try new ones after, depending what time it is and everything, but we're going to go through the same settings and kind of compare them to what we used yesterday and see, does the driver matter? Is one better than the other? And, vice versa. What else I want to show here? Yes, we also dropped the video. We talked about it yesterday about the Hive OS mem temps right here. I'm at 110 now. It's going up. Going up. It's getting a little warm. That's okay though. On your GDDR6X GPUs, as well as A2000s, A4000s, 4500s, and 5000s, all should show it. There's select models of 2000 series as well that are working. And someone said that it's actually working with NB Miner on your 3060 Ti's and stuff. I haven't tried that yet, so I cannot confirm or deny that. I don't think it actually is, because someone actually also commented saying it's not working. They're waiting for NB Miner. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that situation. I'll try it sometime. But yeah, we did this. The guy emailed me yesterday and he's like, yo, I saw you did a previous video. If you guys saw the video, I went through it and you already know it all. But pretty much, yeah, now you can see this in script. Someone was also saying Rave OS has it implemented inside, and other people are just waiting for Hive OS to officially release it themselves. Now, that's the reason why I did release the script. I sent it to Yeti. Everything looked okay. There's nothing in it. Nothing will hurt your network, internet, Hive OS at all. So that's why I did release the video. I did all the due diligence on checking to make sure it's safe first, and it is. And I don't think Hive OS, there's rumors floating around that Hive OS might not implement this themselves. Now, why is that? Because allegedly, all this is coming in from the alleged hack to NVIDIA. You may defer, maybe it's not, maybe it is, but the point is NVIDIA got hacked, information was getting released, they were selling stuff to bidders, and ultimately all this stuff started coming out. So coincidence, or is that what it's from? I think it's probably from that, but there are rumors floating around that because due to the fact that this is coming from leaks and stuff from the hack, Hive OS doesn't officially want to do anything themselves using this in case, maybe long-term legal issues or something. I have no idea. That is why I did release the script and kind of pointing that out there, because we may never see this in Hive OS unless NVIDIA officially releases a Linux driver, which they a Linux driver that does support memory temperatures, and they still haven't. So that's just the bottom line right there. Yeah, so I wanted to roll through that and just kind of touch up on that little situation. But here we are at the test bench. We're going to go through here, trying the settings. I did put everything into a nice spreadsheet so we can see our previous settings here. Let's just see if I can find one that works good for... Oh, man. I got to set up a new screen for this, I think. So I can move this guy around, I guess. I'll show you guys right here. Where's my little one? There's Tiny right there. Come on, Tiny. I got to move you around here. Come on, Tiny. There you go. Still not good, Tiny. Come on, Tiny. There you go. Slowly putting in there. Here we are. All right. So you can see we're going to be working on this spreadsheet now. So yesterday, these are the settings we went through and what we got. And, you know, I kind of put green as when it came to wall power, our lowest, and our hash to watt ratios and everything. But locked for power limits here, wall power. I didn't do the software power yesterday. I didn't write it down. I'll write it down today, but as we know, don't judge by software power. Just for a quick example of what's going on, we limited this one right here to 114 watts. So the software was stating 114 watts. Maybe it was 116. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. But regardless, we're still using 126 watts. Some of these we were saying we're only using 90 watts in the software where we're upwards of 100 watts. So keep that in mind. Software numbers, anybody that shows you how well their GPU is doing and they're using the number in the software, they're lying to you. Your GPU is using more power. So keep that in mind as well. So these are the settings. We got 1200 core, 2000, hash rate of 32, yada, yada. So you can see everything here using driver 470, 10301. Today, we're going to go through the exact same settings, and we're going to be using 510, 60, 02, and we're going to see if we can get better hash rates, less hash rates, better power consumption, or maybe a better hash to watt ratio. Regardless, we'll go around it. One thing I do want to point out that we did notice yesterday, it used to be the go-to for that 1552 core was, you know, the magic number that everyone was talking about on the 3060s. I believe the 3060 Ti's is the same. I may be wrong. I'll have to look into it. But at least for the 3060s, that 1552 was the magic core number that you should be using for that. And it did result in the highest hash rate, but it did not result in the highest efficiency. And you know, when it comes to after Ethereum, we're not going to be mining this, you know, and worry about LHR. But mining in general, it's all about the hash to watt, not necessarily the highest hash rate. And as you can see, it looks like the highest hash rate has been getting pumped around the internet and not the highest efficiency. So that's what we're going to look into now and see what's going on. Highest efficiency settings we found the other day was 1350 at 2700 memory, and we were getting 37.17 mega hash at 108 watts at the wall. The software was like 88 or something. I can't remember, but that was 0.33 of a hash to watt ratio. So we're going to start from the top here, work our way down and see how these settings will compare today. Now I got to set up a new screen. I wonder if I can just, can I copy this setting here? Let's see if I can just copy this. Add a new one. No, I'm going to have to add a new one because I'm going to have to move Tiny here, this little screen I have here, back and forth all the time. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as we do our numbers. Scroll back into here. Let's get up. Okay, so what's our first setting we got to do, I guess? 1200 and 2000 memory. So 1200, 2000 memory. Let's just adjust this. 12,000. I mean 1200. Don't put 12,000 in here. That'd just be bad. 2000 memory, we're going to apply that. I'm just going to double check. 1200, 2000, lock core, everything's good. All right, we're going to send that to the moon on the new LOL miner. Let us do its thing and see what kind of hash rates we get. It takes a little while for it to do its thing, so, you know, we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about at the time. I do got to SSH into here, though, so we can get a good look. See? So we're going to go user, yeah, miner. And this is where I got to move Tiny around all the time now, it seems like, because we're not going to see. You can kind of see that, but it's behind. So I'm going to have to put that to the bottom so we can see the latest numbers. Okay, Tiny, you got to go back down. Why are you moving so good now? How come you didn't move that good earlier? I have more faith in you now, Tiny. I have more faith. All right, let's go to the chat and see what's going on while we wait for this. Let's scroll through. We didn't do a roll call. We didn't roll the intro. We didn't do anything yet, but that's okay. Like usually when I stream during the week, I put it for quarter after 11 my time. Like right now it's 11:17. Usually I go quarter after, or I go 11:30. That way it gives me time. And if I'm here, and usually I'm ready by 11, which is my normal stream time, Mountain Standard Time. And, you know, then I just go live early. But today I was like, you know what? I'm usually ready. So I just set it for 11. And guess what? The time I finally set it for 11, I'm late. Go figure. Because usually I got to run to the mail and everything. Around 10:30, I get all that done and get in here and get the stream rolling. And I was just failed this time. So sorry about that. Okay, we're going to do a roll call here while we're here. We got Gregory, Johannes, Red Putz, Kevin, there's a whole bunch of ones in there, so I'm not sure what it is. Jarl, Gray Bear, Ryle Calaver, Dude Jiu-Jitsu, Barris, Altum, Red Putz, Keith Betts, Dude Jiu-Jitsu, Fudwise. Oh, guys. I always forget. Fudwiser. So we got Fudwiser there. Oh, so many buttons to play with. So many buttons. I keep adding more and more. Is there any info on Minifacal Pool? No, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. What's been going on with Minifacal? What's happening? I'm currently trying to solo mine Raptorium on Zerg Pool to see if it's better than Coin Miners, because Coin Miners failed us last time I tried there. So I'm trying a different pool when I do the solo thing. And I probably shouldn't be soloing, but I'm doing it anyway. Sick Tune, what's the song name? I'm gonna have to look into that. I cannot remember what it's actually called. But yeah, it's an awesome tune. The music is enough to run me out of here, Warren Starcat. Oh, my best friend, all good. Raining today, which is awesome. I'll be surprised if we get any more rain up today. Crazy. Welcome, what's going on? Oh, we're going through here. Keith Betts, Trevor Holmes, Ben's 310, Gillis, Arsenal. Does that include dual mining taunt? What is this? HiveOS tweeted CCXD and said they first have to determine the legality of implementing the NVIDIA attempts. Yeah, see, that's what I said. Oh, Chump Change. Did Chump Change drop a video on that too? I don't even... Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. But that's what I've been saying. I've been saying that for day one. This stuff has been coming. You know, even when, who was it? Gminer first released it, I said this is most likely due to the hacks. So be very, very careful. And I guess there's HiveOS confirmation. They're waiting for an official release from NVIDIA. Because NVIDIA didn't release a driver yet. This is most likely 100% due to the attacks here. So it's not recommended to do on their aspect until, you know, it's legally allowed to do so on their end. Unless, you know, they buy it like everyone else did. Or eventually. Or they just got it. I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't aware that Chump Change dropped one. That's all right. That's cool. That's cool. Maybe that's why my video's not doing as good as I expected, because everyone's already seen it. Everyone already seen it. But I did add a little extra bonus into the end of my video. So if you guys didn't see it, you better check that out. Almost missed it today. You almost missed it. No. Okay, what do we got for hash rates now? Oh, we're still tuning. See, this thing takes a while to do its tune operation. Crazy. Oh, Art Hey Pro, what's going on? What's happening, bro? Almost missed it today. Don't bug me. I'm collecting. You're collecting crystals. Oh my gosh. Fudwiser's rocking around on the Roblox right now. Rocking around. We're at 33. It looks like we're starting to pick up where we should be here. Finally get some numbers happening. Oh, I don't even have my thing on. Here you go, guys. How come you guys didn't yell at me and say, hey, where's the watt meter? How much power is this thing drawing? Are you lying to us? There's the watt meter. Remember, my system is 22 watts. So as you've seen, it was just at 122. That means we're at 100 watts. So we're sitting around 101.3 right now. 100.8. It's not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Let's do our thing here. Let it do. This is the 36. We're testing the 3060 version 2 LHR on LOL miner right now. Remember, we're looking for the highest hash to watt ratio. We're not looking to burn out the most amount of mega hash, but we'll see what happens. So looks like we're sitting around 33 is what looks like a nice safe number here, guys. 33, I think, and we're doing what? What's our software telling us? We've got to check out the software numbers here. Let's go back to overview. Software is telling us 92 watts. You guys can't see that. So software is telling us we're pulling 92 watts. You can see at the watt meter here, we're actually at about 102 101 to 103 or so, bouncing kind of back and forth. And we also noticed the other day, the higher up you go in your core clock, the higher fluctuations of power we start to notice. Like we'll bounce from like 136 all the way up to like 150, which is crazy. And then we just go on what it sits on the most in terms of power. But remember, it is peaking to that higher power at time, which also long term, you don't want those fluctuations really happening. You want a nice consistent level happening on your GPUs. That'll just help add life to its lifespan long term. So keep that in mind as well, guys. So trying these LHR unlockers eventually, you know, maybe also be slowly hindering on your card. But remember, gaming's still a lot worse. Gaming, oh, you should see voltages when you're gaming. It's up, down, all over the place. Absolutely crazy. So honestly, they can handle it, but you know, the whole argument of mining is better for your GPU for gaming, probably they're pretty close when it comes to trying these LHR unlockers out. So just a little pro tip there. So 92, we're hanging out on here. What am I doing? I don't want that screen. Got to get back into here. And 33 mega hash. So that's the numbers we're going to roll with here. Where is my LHR unlocker screen? I'm going to have to go up to here. You can't really see it. So we're going to go with 33 mega hash. So we got 33 mega hash. Software power was 92. Wall power. What are we going to go with the wall power here, guys? 123. So 101. 101 we're going to go with. We're going to go with 101 on that operation. Remember, system is 22 watts. And what is our hash to watt ratio? Bump, bump, bum. Let's find out. Hash to watt ratio is, where's my calculator? We got, what do we got? 33. We're going to divide that by 101. And that equals 0.32. 0.32. So we got 0.32. I should probably go into the thirds here. 0.326. And yeah, okay, that worked for that. I didn't do that up here, but I probably should have. So just quick comparison, 0.32. So they're both the same, but I don't know if this is actually better or not because I didn't go into the third decimal point here. But we're using 1 extra watt. And we did get slightly more mega hash here, guys. We did get slightly more. Awesome. Looking good. We'll do a zoom in on this later when we're finished our tests and whatnot. But let's go to our next settings now. 1200 and 2700 on the memory. So same setting, but we're adding some memory here now. So let's just jump into Hive OS. We're gonna cancel out our flight sheet, unset that operation. We don't need that anymore. We're going up to 27 on the mem. Smashing out that 27. Apply. Gonna engage our flight sheet now. And then we're going to let it do its thing. Bam. All right, LOL miner, load up, do its thing, calculate 3 decibels. Yeah, I'm going 3 decibels on this one. You know, maybe later on after the stream, I'll go back through all. You can see I got 5 defect segments right here. That means I'm starting to get into a little bit of a too high overclock. Now, if you start running like 3034, you'll start getting like 1500, 2000 defects. And eventually your system will crash. So I was running 3600 memory on my 3060. I just want to look at something here. Actually, no, not here. Not there. I just want to jump into my OCTOMINER rig right here. And what is... So 2600 memory. Okay. But remember, we're getting 36.24. It's saying 107. So we're using quite a bit of power. I'm going to have to retune that. But we'll see what happens. But I was at like 3600 memory or something. I was just trying, you know, playing around. And I had like, I don't know, 2500 defect segments. But I did hit a mega hash of like, I think I hit, what did I hit? I hit 39.8 to 40 mega hash on this 3060. But it didn't last very long. It hit that, and then like within 10-15 minutes it crashed, and as soon as you start the flight sheet again, it didn't want to work. So obviously way too high in the memory overclock. But if you do see that defect segment there, then that just means turn down your memory a little bit and it'll go away. We did bump up to 27 right now, so we're just going to see how it works. It looks like the sweet spot in terms of how high you can go. This is Samsung memory as well. We could probably get 2650, 2675 maybe before we start seeing that defect segment, but we'll see. You got the same graphics card as me, but I have Ti. Oh, you got the 3060 Ti? Yeah, I don't know. What are all my cards? Like in my OCTOMINER, I got What we got hanging out in here? There's like 3090s. We got a 3070 non-LHR, a few 36. I got one LHR 3060, which I could do these tests on too sometime, which I should. I'm assuming by the end of this week here, I want to get everything together. That's why I'm doing this spreadsheet, because I do want to compare to T-Rex and stuff, because I bet you it's coming. T-Rex miner will be dropping this. Other miners will be dropping this. LOL miner usually seems to be first when it came to zombie mode, and as well as what's the other thing, that this LHR unlocker, I guess. And then it's just followed by G miner, T-Rex, and they all keep doing it. So and in the end, T-Rex miner usually always seems to have the edge and slightly better. So like I always recommend T-Rex miner when it comes to using NVIDIA GPUs. I find it to be one of the best stable miners out there. But you know, use whatever miner you prefer. Some people love NB miner. I haven't really used it too much, so I don't really know. But yeah, we're still waiting for this thing to tweak here. It takes a little bit of time. Will NB miner? I don't know. NB miner might. I'm really curious. I want to try. You know what? Maybe later. Mini Z. Yeah, Mini Z is a good one. That's more preferred for what's it called? Flux, I believe. Mini Z is a good miner for Flux. I haven't really used it on anything else. MB miner all the way. You guys are loving that MB miner. You know what? Maybe I should try out MB miner. Maybe I should try it out. I got an extra 2 mega hash on my 3080 Ti. Yeah, but remember, it's not always the hash rate. That's the big thing we got to remember. There's Team Black Miner out there, which they're promoting having the highest hash rate. They're also saying they're also getting a lot of stale shares. And then they're saying, you know what? You have to use a pool that pays out for stale shares. Well, I don't know how that works. That's next to impossible, because a stale share is two people sending a share at the same time, but his internet was slightly faster, so it got there before yours did. He gets the share, you don't. So I don't know how pools are supposed to pay for you getting stale shares. So it's kind of like a weird market up there. Also, you guys may know, if you've been mining for a while, Phoenix Miner for the past year or two, they had higher hash rates on all the GPUs over others reporting it. But allegedly, share-wise, just because you have a higher reported hash rate doesn't mean it's a better miner. You may be getting more shares to the pool with other miners getting less hash rate, which means in general, it's all about shares. It's not really your reported hash rate. It's about how many shares you are sending to that pool. And, you know, just to get an idea of your shares, if you look at a pool, a lot of people are unsure how the fluctuations of hash rate works. You know, you have your current hash rate and your average hash rate. Your current hash rate is the submitted shares in the past hour or so, or 50 minutes, however that pool does dictate on your shares. And you may have like reporting 30 mega hash, but sometimes you notice maybe you're at 45, 46 mega hash, and then other times you're at 28, 25 or something, up and down. That's just based on the amount of shares you did send over that, and then the average that they usually have past 24 hours hash rate and stuff like that. That's based on all the shares you sent in obviously the past day and stuff. So that's the good way to actually measure how well your GPU is doing. So if you say you use Phoenix Miner reporting 33 mega hash, and then you use, like, say, Team Red Miner reporting 30 mega hash, Team Red Miner might be giving you a better average hash rate because it's actually sending more shares, making it the better miner for, AMD GPUs. So keep that in mind. Just because it's saying it's doing a good hash rate, it doesn't really mean you're actually hashing at that. So I just want to point that out to you new miners out there. It's not always about what the reported hash rate is, depending on the miner and whatnot. I spent all morning doing this. 20 LHR cards. Oh my gosh, Blake Tracer. How did your results turn out? That's crazy. 20. You did it on every single one, or they all? Well, there aren't 20 different LHR cards out there, but it's crazy. But yeah. 3 Fox, are you using 2 miners? Stop using Wi-Fi. What? Who's using Wi-Fi? Some people are using Wi-Fi quite a bit now lately. And, it never used to be recommended, but Wi-Fi seems to be doing decent. Wi-Fi technology picked up, but at the same time, you do risk, potential outages, potential gaps where you will end up with more stale shares. So I still don't recommend Wi-Fi. Always roll with LAN if you can, but Wi-Fi is still an option if you have to. And some people just love Wi-Fi anyway. So do whatever you want to do, but remember, do your own research, and Wi-Fi does have a little more risks involved over LAN. Looks like we're sitting here though, 33.26. It's been hanging out fairly consistent. So 33.26, I'm just going to throw that into our operation. Take a look at our power here. 33.26. So we got a little extra hash rate here. Not too much, but we got a little more. What is our software power telling us, guys? And we're on the wrong rig. Of course we are. Let's just scroll on down. Where's my test bench? Fine. Oh, it was right there. Test bench right there. Close. So 93 watts in the software. So we're at 93 watts software. Remember, that's just the... I'm only taking down the software number so I can point out to people when I finally make a video or something on this. That's never go by software numbers. Who cares what software is telling you? It's lying to you. It's not what you're actually drawing. So now we're at 124. So let's look at this. 124 to 125. Let's look for we're sitting fairly consistent most of the time. Remember, my system is 22 watts. So we got to take 22 watts off whatever this watt meter is telling us. It's 127. Looks 125 to 120. So 124. 125 looks the most consistent in the middle there. So we're at about 103 watts. So we're going to go 103 here, guys. 103 at the wall. 103 watts at the wall. I didn't put the W in here. And oh, we need capital W's. We got WQ, whatever that is. We're getting some crazy powers. Quantum watt. It's quantum watt. All right. And then let's look at our hash to watt ratio. So we got, what were we using at the other one? Oh, this setting on the other driver was only 101 watts, guys. But we do have slightly better hash rate. But so we got 33.26. We're going to divide that by 103 watts. 0.322. 0.322. How's the power doing? Yeah, it's mostly in the 125 range up to 127. So yeah, definitely we lost a little bit of efficiency here. But again, I didn't do the thing here, but we can tell right off to get. Actually, I could redo that right now and see. We got to put those in the 3 mark here. So we're going to go 33.13, divide that by 101. So that's 0.328. 0.328. So the new driver is actually slightly less efficient, at least on this setting here. So that's interesting. All right, let's move on to our next setting here. 1350 700. And this was the Mac Daddy winner last time, was this setting, the 1350. So I guess we're going to see if this will remain champion or if something else will prevail. So let's move into here, 1350. Scroll down. Go back to our config operation. We're going to go 1350 here. And remember, when we're done all these, depending what time it is, we will go through, some more settings you guys would like to see here. And I don't want that. 1350 is at 20, 1350, 2700. All right, looks good. Apply. Remember, I'm not setting a power limit here because allegedly, unless something catastrophic happens, when you set an absolute core clock, it acts as the power limit as well. It sets a power limit. It won't go over that core clock, and that's where all your power does come from. So we're going to go to flight sheet here. We're going to engage this one. Engage. We're going to go back into here. Go back into tiny mode. And then wait for our miner to pop up. There we go. Let's let this one roll, see what happens. See if we have the same king, if it's the old driver, the new driver on the last driver's king settings. Oh, wow. I think it would be more related to the pool. Use the 2miners ping tool to check ping time to pool. Yeah, you can totally check ping stuff too. You want the lowest latency possible. But at the same time, I have noticed for solo mining, it'll probably be more of an issue. But for pool mining, I found all the way up to about 230 to 240 of a ping, you end up with the same amount more. Like when I did all these Raptorium tests in the past and I was pool testing all these things, pools where I was over 200 made more that week than pools when I was at like 84 ping and stuff. So I think you're safe to be around the 250 mark. Now, I remember a long time ago playing video games on like dial up. That's before any of the super good games came out. And latency was pretty decent, even at a latency of about 250 or so. So it worked out all right. Obviously, you want the lowest latency possible is the best way to go about it. But in terms of mining, I really think, if you're hitting the 200 200 watt mark, you should still be safe. You're not gonna notice anything in terms of profitability loss. But when you're solo mining, you want to try to be at the fastest possible pool possible, because you want that share to get through. You don't want to. What happens if you sent that stale share and it ended up being the one that solved that block? How bad would that hurt? And the thing is, you don't even know if that's the share that did it or not. You don't know if that could have been a block one. But the point is, sending a stale share, you just got there too slow. So solo mining 100%, you want to be, lowest latency possible. But pool mining, I don't think it's as big of an issue as, a lot of people like to make it out to be. So which is another thing why Wi-Fi seems to be, a night people like to use it. Staying cool is using Wi-Fi. He doesn't care. As long as he's mining, he's getting some stuff, he's good to go. See, it doesn't matter. It's not all about it. Coin for you, buddy. Coin for you. No, LOL miner is not working on Windows yet. It's still only on Linux. As far as I know, you know what? Let's go see if they updated it yet. Good call. I can't confirm that because I didn't actually look to see if they updated their thing yet. They added a custom Hive to OS. So they added custom Hive, but now Hive implemented it. So I don't know why they have that. But no, it does not look like it's available for Windows yet. So Linux only. You got LOL on Windows. Well, yeah, LOL miner works on Windows. It's just the latest version isn't released for Windows yet. Like all the other versions before the latest version as of right now is on Windows for sure. You can totally use LOL miner on Windows, just that this latest version with these unlockers is not on Windows yet. What do we got here? What do we got for viewers, guys? We got 84 viewers, 30 likes. Smash that like button, guys. Smash it, hit it, do it some more. Hit that subscribe button if you're new or watching later on. You know what? We got a Threadripper fund, super chat, all that good stuff. Help out the channel. It's crypto's down. We can't get new stuff. Actually, crypto's on its way up, so that's a good thing. But I'm also solo mining Ethereum, so last 2 months I haven't been getting really any crypto in terms of my GPU profits. Where we got here? Where is my solo mining? Let's see where we're at here. Did we hit a block? I didn't even check it today. No, but we're at 59% luck. Come on, guys. That block must be around the corner. Let's go. But you know what? I could go to 200% luck. I could go to 300% luck. Will it make it to 300% luck? Probably not, because, proof of stake will probably be here and no more proof of work on it. But yeah, that's just that. No block yet, guys. No block yet. We're failing. I think it's because of NVIDIA hacks, and putting it on Windows might be a heavy legal battle. Maybe that could be very well too. I never thought about that. It's a possibility, but I don't know. We'll see. What else did I want to show you guys? There was something else I had to show you guys. It's not the CPU mining what to mine. It's not ready yet, but we can glimpse to it that again if you guys want. This isn't ready yet, guys. It's coming. That was in the end of the video too. So punch in, Random X, Minotaur X, Ghost Rider, depending the algorithm, and it has all the coins on it. Hit the calculate button and we can see what coins are the most profitable to mine on your CPU. It's not ready yet. I added a cron thing in here, which allows it to auto update the database, and I messed up some of the calculations, so we're trying to figure out how to fix it. I broke something. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize in advance. Because right now it says with 3,000, an average of 3,000, which is like a 3,900X ish around there, 3,000 to 3,500 hashes. It's saying you're getting about 200 coins a day, so it's wrong. It was accurate until I adjusted some database stuff, so my bad. I'm solo mining. Well, on my GPUs, I am solo mining Ethereum. And on my CPUs, I'm currently solo mining Raptorium. I'm trying to see if I can hit a block again. I'm trying a different pool this time, though. Looks like our hash rates are in. We're 36.18. But yeah, I'm trying to solo mine Raptorium with my CPUs currently. I started, a day or two ago. I haven't hit nothing yet. But it does say time to find the block is anywhere between 4 to 6 days. So I'm hoping to find one within this week here sometime. We'll see what happens. But we're sitting at 36.18 mega hash. Let's punch that into here. 36.18 mega hash. And we're actually dropped We lost some hash rate, guys. We lost a little bit of hash rate compared to yesterday. Interesting on updating this driver. People, I was really had high hopes for this so far because the way people are talking in the comments is, you know, swap to this driver and really see the change happen. And they made it sound like it was absolutely awesome, but it's not looking very awesome. We're at 95 watts in the software. Punch that in there. 95 watts in the software. How much power are we using? About 136 fairly consistently. 136, 131. Let's just see. 132, 135. Come on. Back to 136. 131. Bouncing between 131 to 136. What should we go for? Yeah, I don't know. Looks like it's mostly on 136, so we're gonna have to roll with that. 135, yeah, 136. So we're gonna have to go with 136, guys. So that's like what, 100 and 654. That's 114 watts. And what were we using before? We were using 108. So we went up a little bit in power as well and lost hash rate. So we can already tell right now that we lost hash to watt ratio. So this driver, so far, I would not be recommending the newest driver. It's not looking good. Looks like 470 10301 is a better way to go about it, but we'll see what happens. What's our hash to watt here? 36.18 divided by 114. Looks like 0.317. 0.317. The new driver, guys, whoever was telling me before that this is such a better driver for this is I think you let me down. All right, let's try 1470 2600. 1470 2600, guys. That's what we're going to move to now. 1470 2600. 1470. And see how we're slowly moving up on the clock, and we're going to start noticing bigger and bigger fluctuations across the watt meter here, which I was kind of mentioning a little bit earlier. But let's get back into here. All right, let's shell her back up and let her boot. I recommended it yesterday. Sorry, you're not seeing an improvement. Hey, no problem, bitch. I'm not. It wasn't you. Some people mentioned yesterday, but there's a bunch of people in the comments saying to use it as well from yesterday's stream that I was reading today. So we'll see what happens. Okay, Rabid has more tricks. What? I got more tricks. What are you talking about? More tricks? What are we referring to? What ETH pool you suggest for PC with one GPU? Anything, any ETH pool you want. Honestly, when I mine to a pool, when it comes to just straight Ethereum, I believe they have ETC now, but I really enjoy Flex Pool. Flex Pool is the pool I use if they support the coins. So I would say Flex Pool. Go to Flex Pool. They're a great pool. LOL miner dev increased the fees from 0.7 to 1 because he wanted to recoup his investment before other devs reverse engineered the unlock. Next release will reduce the fee to 0.7. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because, yeah, like you said, all the other devs are going to be doing it too. So it makes a ton of sense. But we are definitely seeing an improvement, but it's only 1 mega hash. So I really want to compare this to T-Rex. I want to take the same settings. Oh, this is going to be like an ongoing thing. So maybe tomorrow we'll go live again, and we're going to do, after we get these settings, we'll go live again. We'll compare it to T-Rex because, like you said, the dev fee there, but we got to go over T-Rex. We got to see, what's T-Rex's power consumption. We did notice previously, like it was like 4 or 5 versions ago when LHR first started becoming an unlocker thing on these, that T-Rex was the most consistent in terms of voltages, which, is a nice go-to for me. I really like using T-Rex miner for my cards. So maybe I should go back and just use current T-Rex and see how it actually does compare. Because like I said earlier, guys, like everyone was pumping this setting right here all around the internet. Where is it? It's OCTOMINER. We're going to go to here. Everyone was pumping the 1552 2600, setting here because it gave you the best hash rate. I'm going to turn this off for a second. But I never really tested it. And usually I always test something before I just go and set a setting. And I never tested it. And yesterday was the first time I ever tested stuff. And you can see, like, I came into here, and yes, 1552 did result in some good hash rates. It was the highest hash rate, but it was the one of the least hash to watt ratios, minus this 1591 we were playing around with, but it was the least efficient one. So people are pumping the highest hash rate, but that's absolutely what I go against. I am all for when it comes to efficiency. The hash to watt ratio are the settings you should be running, not the most amount of mega hash, because you're wasting more power. And if people, start learning, it's all about getting the most amount of mega hash. Once Ethereum is gone and it moves to POS and people are trying to pump out the most amount of mega hash on other coins and burning more power than absolutely necessary, they're gonna be running their rigs into the ground. They're gonna be cursing out crypto mining and wondering, you're not gonna be able to pay for your power. Like, start learning that hash to watt ratio is the only setting and the only numbers you should really care about. It's not about the mega hash. Again, if you have solar, you don't pay for power or something, you're in a different boat than other people. But the majority of miners are residential here. That's obviously watching the channel and whatnot. So I really try to pump the hash to watt ratios, not the mega hash. To me, the mega hash doesn't matter. It's the hash to watt ratio is what's really going to get you ahead in mining. Flux is thinking about different algo and testing the POUW. I wonder what algo they're going to go to. That's interesting. I didn't hear about that, Keith Betts. That's really cool. Oh, also, guys, if you're not in Discord, link is in the description. Join the Discord. We're always talking about crazy stuff, looking at new coins, looking at new CPU stuff. Join the Discord. And we're also there to help you on your crypto journeys. Free power, solar, yeah. Didn't like my RBC card. MoonPay. What is MoonPay? I don't even know what MoonPay is. Crazy. I bought one ETC yesterday. Nice, Sheldon. It's pumping. So Zill's pumping. Is it still pumping? I'm not sure. I haven't looked. But I was thinking, we got solar at the house. Wish it was free. Yeah. After you pay it off, it's free. Oh, speaking of everything, see, now we're here. Look at Pulsar, guys. Let's have a look at Pulsar. Some of you guys may just be GPU miners here. Like, what the? Oh, wait. I need my button. So you're probably like, what the is Pulsar? Pulsar is a CPU mineable coin, guys, and it's probably one of the highest yielding staking potential ways you could possibly do on crypto. So it's fairly new, but we did work out. People are having connection issues. I got 23 active connections right now. 23. Can't really see that. I'm going to scroll up a bit. Look at that. Bam. So we got 23 active connections here. Did I hit a block today? 28. Yeah, I did hit a block today. I didn't hit one yesterday, though. I had a whole bunch of stuff going on. I forgot to unlock it. But the day before, I hit 3 blocks. So what is that? Right here in the past, 1, 2, so 90 times 3. So as we're waiting for this, let's figure out I don't even know what Pulsar's price is at right now. Let's find out. X, Bitron, Pulsar. Let's see what their price is at currently. PLSR. 27. Oh, it went up a little bit, guys. 0.27 cents. So let's go to the calculator. We're going to the calculator now. Calculator. So we're going to go 90 times 4 for 2 days. Usually I get at least 1 block a day, but like I said, I messed up the day before. We're going to times that by 0.0. What is it? 0.027. 0.027. What is that? That's $9.72, guy, just hanging out, having this sit here, do nothing. Now, I did go over. Some guy went and bought himself I only have 11,707 coins. You start getting around daily staking rewards by solo mining. This is solo mining right now, and these are blocks that your wallet's actually hitting. Pulsar is a 50% POW CPU mining coin and a 50% proof of stake coin. And this is how you stake it, just holding the coins in your wallet. And we're solo mining right now. And usually once you hit about 3,000, some people have hit it with only like 120 coins. But once you hit 3,000, you're around the part where you hit 1 daily block a day. Now, someone went out and bought 150,000, and he showed me he was hitting 27 blocks every day for like days on days on days. So how much is he making a day? 27 times 90. Now we're going to times that by 0.027. So right now, that guy's making $65 a day off 150,000 Pulsar, which is like a couple $100 to get into. I'm not sure what it's at right now. It went up a little bit, so it costs a little more. But you know where I'm getting at. Like, it's extremely profitable. It's awesome. but we'll see what happens. I don't know what the coin's going to do in the future, but even if it doesn't even pump or anything, that's a lot of money per day. That's better than any Flux node is paying you out. That's better than any Ethereum will ever pay you out. That's better than, you know, it's a massive increase for staking. It's awesome. Hope it pumps again to 0.06. Did Pulsar hit 0.6? No way. Did it actually? You talk about Pulsar? Richer or fatter? Yeah. I don't know. It's cool. I'm really thinking about swapping a bunch of my Litecoin that I've been mining. I might turn that Antminer L3 Plus into a Pulsar staker. Mining me, whatever. Swapping that into Pulsar. Throwing it in that wallet to stake. How do you liquidate at RabidMining? Liquidate the Pulsar? Well, XBitron has it. It's weird. I don't know how XBitron is really working because it says there's not much volume. But when you go to buy and sell, it seems like it goes through. So I don't know how that's working. I don't know if it's misreading the volume or something. But for some reason, you know, you go there, you buy, and, you know, it goes through. So I don't know what's happening. Cool. I'm going all pulse. Going all pulse now. It's going crazy from one huge to the other. I really think Pulsar, you know, I'm going to look into it and really get a feel of what its future is and what it's going to be doing. They're revamping their website and everything. Obviously, you know, next bull run, I think Raptorium was going to hit a nice, you know, last time we had an all-time high of 8. I think, you know, we may hit what, 12, 14 cents on the RTM next bull run potentially. That'd be awesome. Imagine if Pulsar hit, I don't know, 5 cents to 8 cents. That'd be absolutely insane. Okay, we got some numbers here. This looks fairly consistent, guys. 37.69. Let's put that in here. 37.69 mega hash. Software numbers is telling us we are getting a total of, oh man, I'm on the wrong rig again. Just jumping around all over the place. So we're at 103 watt software right now. 103 watts. 103 in the software. And at the wall, what are we doing at the wall? 148, 146. I almost doxed myself there. See, there's my hand. 140, 138. Where are we at consistently? Where do you guys look? What do you guys think? We're in the 145 quite a bit. I don't know. It's jumping around too much. That's why I don't like these unlockers. 138, 148, 145. It's on all of them for like the same amount of time. So I don't even know what to go by. 145. 140 average. Oh, it's been averaging 140. You've been watching it close. All right, good. So we're going to go off 140 then. 140. So let's just go 140. We got to swap away our 22. So we're sitting at 118 watts. 118 watts at the wall. For you guys that are new, just tuning in, the system here is 22 watts full system. So everything else is coming from our GPU. And now we're going to look at our hash to watt ratio of 37.69 divided by 118. We do have 0.319. 0.319. All right. And what did we get up here? 1470, 0.32. 117. We're using more power. Like, what? 37.69. Look at that. Look at that 1 watt difference here. We were pretty close in hash rate last time. So the driver didn't do too much. We got slightly more hash rate. But 1 watt difference. And it takes you down to that 0.319. Now, obviously, that's pretty close. We're going to have to recalculate this to get it to the thirds. I'll do that later when I do the video or something. We'll get that in the thirds. Or we'll do it after we're done testing all these settings. But, yeah, so far, again, another one. The other driver seems better. Anyway, let's go in. Here we are. We're looking at the All-Star. The All-2, you know, highest hash rate setting for 3060s. The 1552 2800. Let's see what this thing will give us on this driver. The 1552, the ever famous 1552, which seems to be failing. I wish I would have done these tests when I first got this 3060, but I didn't. I've been wasting power this whole time, guys. I feel really bad about it. I had a higher power bill I shouldn't have had. Makes me so sad. Now I'm a poet. Anyway, what was our rev rate? Oh, I didn't even pay attention. Okay. 2800 on the memory. 2800 memory. 1552, 2800 on the mem. Let's blast this to the moon and see what we're going to get. Engage. Hit the miner. When it loads, sometime this year. Still not loading. Maybe it crashed. Did I hit the button? There we go. Why order cards now? Why order cards? I don't recommend anyone to order any cards. Some people might be recommending you to order cards. I wouldn't order any cards. I'm not ordering any cards. Well, I did order some A2000s. If you can find A2000s, maybe order those if you can find them at a decent price. But as for any 3000 series, unless maybe the non-LHR 3070s, if you can find an MSRP, you can grab those up. They seem pretty good on the majority of the algorithms. But anything else, I don't recommend anyone to pick up. And again, like after Ethereum's gone, if you really want to get GPUs and you don't care what's happening, you have cheap power, I would wait till Ethereum's gone. The used market is going to become extremely cheap. There are so much hardware going to flood the used market that you're going to be picking up stuff for cheap. Like, and by cheap, I mean like, even what is a B250 mining expert looking at right now? We're still in the $200 range. In the bull run, they were like $600 for no CPU, no RAM, no nothing, just the motherboard. I bought 2 of them in 2018, after in the bear run there, 2 B250 mining experts with the CPUs, with the RAM for $30. Yeah, people couldn't even give them away. It was crazy. I bought a 12 by RX 580 rig with 4 power supplies, 750 watt power supplies, 2 gaming motherboards to support the 12 GPUs. My mining rack that I have there, the complete setup, I bought that for $1,350 or something like that, $1,300 to $1,400 for 12 GPU mining rig. Absolutely insane. Like that's still like you look online and that's still like $4,000 or $5,000. So bear market purchases after Ethereum, things are going to be extremely cheap, but they're also cheap for a reason because it's not profitable to mine at that time. And GPU mining could become unprofitable for a couple of years at a time. So you may not even want to pick up again for 2 years down the road. It may take a full complete cycle or something before enough hash rate falls off the network, before all these other coins do pick up in value to make it worthwhile to some people. So it all depends on the situation, the boat you're in. But right now, I don't recommend anyone to buy GPUs. They are going to get cheaper for sure. And if you are going to buy GPUs, I would recommend go with the most efficient ones. And that's only 2 GPUs on the list, in my honest opinion. The A2000s and the 3070 non-LHRs. That's the only ones I would probably really look at. I would 6600 XTs. There's quite a few people still pumping out the rigs on them, but they're not very good for other coins after Ethereum. They do okay on Ravencoin and stuff, but buying a GPU for one coin, example, the 2080 Ti's or maybe the 1070s because they do really good on Flux. Buying GPUs for one specific coin, you may as well just go out and buy an ASIC. Because with the hash rate that's coming in, you're going to want to be able to diversify yourself across as many of them coins as you possibly can at the greatest hash to watt ratios across them all. And that's why I do recommend those A2000s and 3070s. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the whole situation. I bought one A2000 12 gigabyte and 1660 Super last week. The A2000 is a beast. Nice. I heard the 12 gigabytes, though, aren't as good as the 6 gigabytes. But in your case, the 12 gigabyte will be more versatile as you will be able to mine Cortex. Cortex does require at least needs at least 10 gigabytes, I'm pretty sure, to even be mineable. The DAG file is huge. Izin Zoltan, yes, I would still recommend the A2000s. Those are one of the only GPUs. At the same time, the A2000s may not even be that profitable. Like they're probably not going to be profitable after it either. But the point is, you're running as efficient as possible. So when the hash rate does start to drop, and profitability is starting to pick up a little bit, you can at least throw them A2000s online sooner than you can for a lot of the other GPUs. Like the 3090s, don't buy a 3090. You could buy 4 A2000s for the same price of an MSRP 3090, and you'd be getting twice the hash rate at half the power. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, I try pointing that to as well as efficiency versus what's the other word that a lot of people use in terms of density. So yeah, efficiency versus density. Yeah. So if you're running more dense, like, the 3080s, the 3090s, it doesn't take up as much room. It does produce a lot more heat as well and uses a lot more power, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I'd rather have more rigs that run efficient than less rigs that don't run efficient for the same amount of mega hash. If you filled up a 30 amp, 240 volt breaker with all 3080s to mine Ethereum right now, sure, it wouldn't take too many rigs to hit to fill that up. But I can't remember what the numbers. It was like 20 some 3080s or some. I don't know. But that would come out to about 5,700 watts, which is your 80% of your 30 amp 240 volt. But you'd get about 2 gigahash of 3080s worth of hash rate on Ethereum. Or if you were to do that exact same thing with A2000s, you would have 3 gigahash for the same amount of power. That is where efficiency does come in. The more and more you get, and that's why I'm really picky on my GPUs. And that's why I only have 1 gigahash, but minus the 3090, and I got a 3080, so it's going against everything. But I do have to get these GPUs to test, but I really want to sell my 3090 and stuff. My 3080 is good in my gaming PC and rendering, but 3 gigahash versus 2 gigahash on A2000s versus 3080s at the exact same amount of power. You're getting an extra gigahash for free running A2000s than if you were to mine with 2 gigahash running 3080s. So that is where efficiency comes in. You can stack more and more up and use the same amount of power as you would for, those more expensive GPUs that aren't hashing as good. So keep that in mind. That's kind of how I'd like to roll. That's how I try to promote things to people, is efficiency does matter. It might cost a little bit extra, but long term, it is better. I don't think we will have a bear market like you think. Why so much crypto adoption? I cannot see it being unprofitable. Killer Malibu Gaming. I'm not talking, we're still going to go down a bit, but we're not going to drop down like we did see in 2018. I'm referring more of what happens after Ethereum. After Ethereum, if Ravencoin, every other GPU coin was at its all-time high right now, the amount of hash rate that's coming in, it's going to spike that difficulty up. Everything on the top 10 coins are not going to be profitable. They're going to go from $8 a day down to negative $1 or more a day. You're not going to be able to mine enough to pay for your power, even if the prices were at last time's all-time high. There is no coin out there that can support any increase in hash rate. And there's more than enough hash rate to easily 5 times the difficulty on the top 10 coins at the exact same time. Now, if you're referring to it to direct mining, like people will look at what to mine and go to it. Here, how about an example, right? There's over 300 times the hash rate of Flux sitting on Ethereum right now. There's over 60 times the hash rate of Ravencoin sitting on, and that's reversing it down, dropping 50% of the hash rate and everything down to Kapow algorithm mega hash and stuff like that. So like, there's so much hash rate set to come in that it's going to be unprofitable even if the prices were high. We're going to need at least these other coins to go to times 3, times 4 of their current price to remain maybe just under $1 in terms of profitability. And that's if a whole bunch of people sell their rigs to make it. That's why I'm saying it's going to be a couple years after Ethereum that GPU mineable coins will finally start becoming, more profitable again. So it's okay to hold on to your hardware and just turn them off and save them for later, or just sell them and keep that and wait for, a lot of prices to drop down more and pick up a whole bunch of hardware. And then once things start to drop and prices come up more and more, and as that difficulty drops, coins will start to become profitable again because it's easier to mine. It's the same thing like we were talking about CPU mining with Raptorium. It was very, very extremely profitable. A single 3900X was making more than a 3090 mining Ethereum. We're at like $14 a day on a 3900X. And then, all the hash rate, everyone bought a whole bunch of CPUs. It came in, the difficulty dropped, the difficulty went up. Coins came down. Now you're making about 70, 80 cents per day on a 3900X, which is still pretty good. And it's going to be a lot more than what GPU mining could probably look like after Ethereum. But, that's how bad it dropped. It dropped from $14 a day down to like 74 cents a day. And yes, the price came down as well. But what we saw there is nothing is what GPUs are going to witness with that hash rate coming off Ethereum. So you got to open your eyes, look at what potentially is to come. And that's why I recommend running as efficient as possible. You want to burn the least amount of power for the most amount of hash rate. And that's where the A2000s and the 3070s, in my honest opinion, will come into play. I really don't think the other GPUs are going to do that well. And I would not be buying GPUs for a single coin. You may as well better off buying an ASIC miner for a single coin in that matter, like an L7 or something, if you want to just mine one coin, because, you know, getting a 2080 for Flux, you know, if all the hash rate comes in and floods Flux, that 2080 Ti is not going to be profitable anymore because there's too much hash rate there. Now you just bought that GPU and it's worthless. So buy GPUs like the A2000s, the 3070s, there may be the odd other one. I haven't tested any of the 6000 series, but they don't do well on Ergo and other algorithms so far. But just be more well-rounded. You want GPUs that run efficient and run across the majority of coins as possible. Anyway, we got some hash rates here. I went on a massive rant right there because a lot of people don't really understand what's going on. Well, some people are still saying, you know what, go out and buy GPUs. And I highly recommend against it. But that's just me. And remember, not financial advice. Do your own research. It's just what I'm looking at. It's just not looking good for the future, at least for a good couple of years after Ethereum's gone. Anyway, we got 38.64 mega hash. Let's get this number in here. I was not paying attention to the power either. So what is that? 38.64 mega hash. Software power is telling us what? Software, what are you telling us? 115 watts in the software. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to know what the wall power is telling us right now. What is the wall telling us? 145. Is that what it's been hanging out? 160 spikes. Oh my gosh, crazy. 145. True, but a lot of ETH are ASIC miners. How easily can ASIC miners change or get updated to change the algorithm? They can't, but the majority of the ASICs will go over, you know, let's get these numbers in, then we'll talk about that during the next, you know, while it ramps up. So we're sitting 145, looks like where this might actually be hanging out the most. Yeah, 145. So we're going to use 145 here for our actual power. So 145, subtract our 22 system watts. It's 123 watts we're burning right now, which isn't too bad. What the mine predicts about 120, so that's about on track. 123 watts. Put in the good old W for the win. Is it the win? I don't think so. Now we're going to see what is our hash to watt ratio on the 1552. So we're at 38.64. We're going to divide that by 123. 0.314. 0.314 of a hash to watt ratio. And that is so far our worst setting yet. So again, the 1552 setting that, you know, gives you the most amount of mega hash so far, and it did in the test of all of our other ones, is still sitting at the least efficient setting. So again, trying to get the most amount of mega hash is not always the best idea. So where are we at now? Where are we at? Well, how are we going to compare this? So 38. We got the exact same hash rate though as the other driver on that setting. So that's interesting. What do we got for power here? 122, 123. So we actually used a 1 watt better. Remember, 1 watt, that's, you know, that's way within reason of changing, or, you know, error, 1% error, whatever you want to call it. That's way within reason, 1 watt difference here. But, you know, regardless, we ended up with the same hash rate and stuff. 1590, 2600. Let's try this setting out. 1590, 2600. On set, we're going to go into here. 1590, 2600. 1590, 2600 memory. We're going to apply that operation. Send that flight sheet to the moon. Where are we at? All right, looks good. Get back into here. We'll get our miner rolling again. Once it starts doing its thing, still no miner, still no miner. There we go. All right, let's let this one ramp up and see what happens. Oh, this is the EVGA XC. It's EVGA XC. They're all my 3060s are the same. It seems like they're the cheapest one. I go with the cheapest stuff. Like, honestly, look at the Founders Edition. They're non-LHR, and they're the cheapest for the 3060 Ti, 3070, 3080, and obviously all 3090s. When it came to the 3060s, the EVGA XCs, they're the cheapest ones. If you have to get an AIB card, especially for NVIDIA GPUs, it doesn't really matter which one you get. Obviously, with the GDDR6X, it does. EVGA FT3Ws had better memory pads. You didn't need to change any pads or anything on them. But when it came to like the 3060 Ti's and stuff, get the cheapest one. Who cares about the boost clocks and all that crap? It's for gamers. We don't use boost clocks. We don't use any of that. We undervolt and underclock. We mine with them. Get the cheapest GPU. They all work the same. Now, if you're talking about AMD GPUs, that's a totally different situation. When it came, like, look at the 5000 series, the mechs were horrible. It sounds like the mechs are a little better on the 6000 series. The only GPUs I really buy in terms of AMD are the ones with the dual BIOS switch. That's your Sapphire Nitros, the Pulses, which are your upper end, higher end, more expensive ones, as well as your Red Devils and your XFX. Those are the only AMD cards I really pick up personally because of that dual BIOS switch. You can play around with the BIOS. You can try to do something with the BIOS. And if you brick it, it's okay. It's 2 seconds and it's fixed. If you don't have a dual BIOS switch like a Gigabyte or an ASUS, I don't know if ASUS has BIOS switch, and I don't think they do. But, you know, you get any other card and you brick it, it's a process to try and fix that card. It's a pain in the butt. So I always go with dual BIOS cards when it comes to AMD. And then with NVIDIA, just get the cheapest cards. It doesn't matter. Like Zotac gaming card, that's one of my best cards I have. Everything's running fine. I roll my fans around 65%. Don't crank your fans to 100%. You know, that's bad for them. Obviously, you will blow up fans. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back into this. Where were we? 3 Fox Curler. Yeah, A2000 3070s. Yeah, honestly, those are the only GPUs you should really be looking for. Now, scalpers are probably watching this or something. And now we're going to see A2000s and 3070s only go up, and everything else will be dropping in price. But anyway, Killer 65 Malibu Gaming. A lot of 8. Let's get back to this one. A lot of hash rate are ASIC miners. How easily can ASIC miners change? So we'll get back to this. I know there's a lot of GPU miners out there talking about how Ethereum Classic is going to be the Lord and Savior. When it comes to it, a lot of people are talking about Flux too. I think Flux may have a better chance to hold more GPU miners, but still at its current state, it's going to take quite a bit of time to, you know, be able to support that amount of hash rate. It's funny because now we're talking about a coin that can support the miners when it used to be coins needing miners to be supported. But now we're in the opposite with the influx of hash rate that's going to be coming in. But Ethereum Classic, if you're a GPU miner, don't plan on switching to Ethereum Classic. And it's for that very reason. The Ethereum ASICs, yes, they can move to Ethereum Classic. They can do a firmware update or whatever because they aren't ETH hash anymore. They're ETC hash, but they can mine them. The A10 Pros, all those things, they will move to Ethereum Classic. It will be heavily overrun with ASICs, and it's not going to be profitable for GPUs to probably be on Ethereum Classic unless it pumps like, what's Ethereum Classic's price right now? It's going to need to be at least about 50% of what ETH currently is right now to probably be profitable with the amount of hash rate that could come in based on that and everything. So it needs a massive price jump as well. So obviously those more efficient ASICs, unless you are again running A2000s, A2000s are more efficient than even A10 Pros. The only miner that's more efficient than current A2000s is actually the A11 Pro, which is 1.5 gigahash at like 2000 watts or something. Oh, and those Jazz miners, allegedly. The Jazz miners are absolute mining ETH hash monsters. Seriously, 500 mega hash at 200 watts. Nothing can touch those things. And then there's the bigger one that's like whatever. So I don't even know what it does, like 1 point some gigahash at like 500 watts. I don't know. It's absolutely insane. But those things are monsters. A2000s, A11s will dominate Ethereum Classic. Everything else, yeah, it would be hard to save. But yeah, ETC will be dominated by ASICs. Don't plan to move there. It's not going to be profitable unless they see massive price jumps or, again, GPU miners start selling off or ASICs start getting sold, whatever. As for in terms of hash rate, I don't know how much hash rate's really on Ethereum right now. We don't know. A lot of people think 80% is GPUs. Some people think only 20% is GPUs. Keep in mind the A10s as well as the 3000 series GPUs, they came out at the same time, December of 2020. And that's exactly when the hash rate shot to the moon. So you'd have to base it on sales. You'd have to base it on everything. And You know, as we know, HUD 8 giant mining farms bought millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of GPUs. They're on Ethereum. They're going to move the other coins as well. I think the safest bet is to bet a 50% mix. And even at 50% GPUs, that's still around 5 to 6 million 3080s worth of hash rate that could come in. If it's at 80%, we're at about 8 million 3080s is how I previously had it worked out. But if there's even 50 to 60% GPUs, that's still way more than enough hash rate to completely kill the top 10 coins without them going at least ×5 in the price. So yeah, crazy stuff going on here. We need more people talking about this. I feel like well, Panda did a few videos on it, but it feels like there's a lot more pro GPU mining, keep going, nothing's going to happen to it type of stuff out there. And not many people saying, you guys, it's going to be bad. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think Chump Change came out now. He's not wearing a mask. He's full, showing his face and everything now, Sheldon. So I believe he's wide open now. Sheldon, we should get the scalpers to buy the 6500 and 3050s. No one wants start making videos. The 3050s are absolutely the best GPUs. The 65. Oh my gosh. Speaking of the 6500, did you guys see the latest load of garbage coming out from AMD? The 6400. How can you make the 6500 any worse? What is the 6400 going to do? Like, I don't even know. I think my GTX 970s from 1998 is probably better than that thing. I have no idea. But, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Anyway, let's looks like we have some numbers here, guys. 38.23. What do we got? We got 85 viewers, 55 likes. We need some more likes, guys. Smash that like button, roll it up, roll it in. Let's see what we got. 38.23 mega hash. 38.23 mega hash. It's the only time I put mega hash in there. Software power is telling us software is telling us what? Software is telling us lies. I know that, but 116 watts. Okay, let's see. 116. Software is telling us 116. And we are utilizing, what are we at? 150 the most of the time, guys? What do you guys see most of the time here? 150, 155, 148. Is anyone paying attention to the watt meter through most of that? I don't know what the numbers was mostly sitting at. These fluctuations. 148, is that where we hang out at? 160, we peaked there. It looks like 148 then, I guess, guys, huh? 148. Drops down. 152. Yeah, 148. Okay. 148.6 minus 22. So 126.6. 126.6 watts. That will give us a hash to watt ratio. We got one more setting left. What do we got? 38.23 divided by 126.6. 0.301. 0.301. Oh, not 321. 301. All right, there we go. And one more setting. Now, this one we threw in here. I thought it was going to do really good, but it didn't turn out as good as I thought it would. It was looking good at first. But we're not using an absolute core clock in this one. We're doing minus 502. I got to look back. I don't remember what I actually set my power limit to, though, so this is bad. Maybe it was 116 or 115. I don't know. But we'll find out. Let's just put in minus 502, 2700. Stop this flight sheet. Minus. Anybody want some coins? Here, I'm going to give coins to a couple of you guys. There. Have some coins. Have some coins, guys. While we do this. I forgot what I was trying to put in here for settings. Oh, yeah. Minus 502. Minus 50. Or is it minus 504? Minus 504. Nope, 502. Minus 502. 2700 memory. Apply. Oh, it was 112 watts. Okay, it was 112 watts. That was you. Okay, awesome. Thanks for being here, for reminding me. I couldn't remember. I was just going off the top of my head. Okay, 112 watts. So I got to adjust my other sheet also. So we're using a power limit of 112 watts. And remember, all the LHR unlockers, they recommend to always use absolute core clocks. Obviously, right now, we're not using the absolute core clock, so we did set that power limit. So I got to drop this to 112. So it was 112 watts. Okay, there. Change this one to 112. All right. Now we're in order. Now we got it right. Nice. All right, let's get our miner in here. Let this thing boot up and see how it does with these drivers. Good stuff. Awesome. Thanks for being here for, letting me know the proper power limit there. Awesome. I'm not mining ETH anymore. I got a rig on Ergo, Flux, and Raven. My thing with ETC is, will the OG ETH model be relevant in 5 years? I'm not really sure. Remember, guys, Ethereum Classic is the original Ethereum. The Ethereum that everyone's mining that's profitable right now is a fork from Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic is the OG Ethereum in theory. Still stable, no stable stales, nice, no rejected or anything. Good. At $25 for 40 grams, that's about a steal. What are you guys talking about? I don't even want to know. 38.19 mega hash is your guess. All right. I did not know that. Fudweiser. Oh. Fudweiser. Yeah, no, let's play around with stuff. What do we got here? You know what? This is what's going to happen. Ethereum is going to turn into a ghost after POS because no one's going to be talking about it anymore. They're going to figure out how to get back in the spotlight. So they're going to be like,
Hey guys, Vitalik here. We need to get back in the mainstream. No miners are talking about us. No gamers are talking about us. What are we gonna do? We see our little brothers there, which we stole the farm from, pumping like crazy. We're just crashing and crashing. Maybe we should go back to mining.
I don't know, something like that. Will you put in an order to sell? How long does it take? Binance. It depends on the volume. Like, if a coin has high volume, things will sell instantly pretty much. But if thing has low volume, it's going to wait till enough volume shows up. So like if you're trying to sell 5,000 coins of something, you need somebody has to be able to be buying 5,000 coins. So usually, if it's just one person, bam, it'll go through. Sometimes it'll divide between multiple people that are trying to buy around the same price that you're trying to sell. Stuff like that. So you got to keep that stuff in mind too. Rabid has gone rabid.
No, you ain't seen nothing yet, guys. Nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, how about all that? I don't know. Oh, it's awesome. I got these buttons set up now. So, that makes it faster to do things. What do we got for hash right now? Is it? Oh, it's still kind of ticking up. Still ticking up a bit. Fetch me in which voice? This one? Wait.
Fetch me their souls.
That one? Is that the one you wanted? I don't even know. Is that what you wanted? I think staking is a Ponzi. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. So that's what we do out here. We have fun, we play around, we test stuff, we talk about stuff. We're random, we're all over the place. We're just trying to get to the bottom of, what to mine, what should we use to mine, should we keep buying stuff for mining? I don't even know. But yeah, we're random, talk about whatever, have fun, play around, do jokes. If you're new to the channel watching this later, smash that subscribe button, guys. You don't want to miss anything. We're crazy over here. I don't have a Shang Tsung impression. Oh gosh. That's a good one. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's rewind for a little bit. Yeah. All right, we're back. How we doing here? I thought I saw 38 up above. Now we're down to 37. This thing still might be tweaking. I don't know. Takes so long for this thing to work. Yeah, people. I think people. Yeah, that's very true. I got to make sure the chat stays on. They would be very confused if they're not looking at the chat. Almost looking like my lottery was better. Hey, Rabid, mem temps are displaying on HiveOS. Thanks for the word. Hey, Jasper, awesome, nice. Good thing it's working for you. Oh, that's another thing. Some people were having issues. Does anybody have it like appearing and disappearing? Like, I don't know. I have not experienced this myself, but like, I hit refresh. I've closed it. I've came on multiple times, and it works every single time. But some people are saying, you know, sometimes they come here and it's not displaying the temperature. So I don't know if it has anything to do with that, or maybe their GPUs or the sensors melting off or something. It's a possibility. I don't know. But I was wondering if anyone else is experiencing that, because I have not myself, but some people are commenting that it's disappearing on them sometimes. So I don't know. I'm just curious if anybody is running into this or not. So yeah, you pretty much did to get one of those things. They're so expensive. Oh, T-Rex will drop it, then be like, no tune period. Just reboot if it's missing. Works for me. Okay, there you go. Just reboot if it's missing. So you have lost it before then? Small mining channel. It did not work for you at times. All right. So if anyone asks, I'll just say do a quick reboot and it'll work. Sounds good. Awesome. I just haven't had the issue, so I don't know. No, so the only thing it doesn't appear at the top, which is normal though. Does the high temperature work for 2060s? I think it works on the 2000 series. Some of them. Refresh also works for you. Okay, awesome. So yeah, it looks like some more people are getting this. So yeah, refresh. All right, looks like we're stalling out here, guys, at 37.95. So I guess we'll roll in 37.95. Where is my unlocker book? 37.95. 37.95 is our hash rate. In the software, it is saying 100. Let's refresh that just to make sure. Refresh it again. All right, 112. 112 software. At the wall, 158, 148. What are we doing at the wall? 148? Yeah, we're pretty steady at the 148 usually. You notice how see how it's only fluctuating with between a few, where you're using that absolute core clock. It's blasting all over the place. But yeah, 148 looks like the way to go. 148.6 or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. 148. Oh, we need 148 minus our 22 is our 126. So that's the same as last time. That's what we got last time in terms of power consumption. So that's pretty spot on. Do we get a better hash rate this time? Oh, we had worse hash rate this time, guys. I thought we did hit I thought we hit a 38. No, 37 is where she's pawning out. 9.4. All right. Okay, let's hit our 37.95 divided by 126. 0.301. 0.301. Bam. There we have it. There's all the tests, guys. So let's zoom into this and have a look and kind of compare to the other driver. See what we got here. I gotta bring my little guy back up here. Where's Tiny? There's Tiny. All right, now we can kind of compare these two. So let's have a look what we actually got going on here. So LOL miner, I guess we can do all this right quick. What was the worst efficiency here? 0.3030. Which one of these two were tied? We got two red ones now, guys. Two red ones. Bold. Red, bold. And what was our best one? 0.322. Oh, 26. Oh, 0.32. Right here was our best one. Let's get that in there. What used the most amount of power was this guy right here. What used the least was this guy right here again. All right. All right. Software power. We don't care about software power because they just lie to you. Remember that, guys. If you ever see people utilizing software power, it's not true. Look at the difference. 92, real power, 101. 93, 103. 95, 114. 103, 118. 115, 123. 116, 126. 112, 126. So let's just take, for example, this used the least amount of power. Let's just go 101, subtract, 92. Like, I know it's not much, but that's only 9 watts. But say you built a 12 card rig out of these things, that's 108 watts. So now you say you made 2 of those, 108. Now you're at 216 watts. That's an extra, it adds up. So people telling you software numbers on how much it's using, you calculate all that, you get your power supplies, your circuits and everything ready for it. And then you find out you're using an extra 100, 200 watts once your rigs are put together. Something's going wrong there. You're going to need more power. All of a sudden, your planning's all messed up. So keep that in mind. Never base things off software wallet or software wallet power. I totally lost my concentration. But yeah, it might not seem like very much. It's only one card. It's only 6 watts, only 9 watts. But most of you guys keep buying cards. You buy more and more cards. You put them all together. Over time, over rigs, or if you buy complete rigs or a whole bunch of cards they got on sale all of a sudden, it does add up. And you're going to have the wrong numbers. And it's not going to be right. Anyway, hash rates here. What we got the highest hash rate was this guy right here. And our lowest hash rate was this guy right here. All right, there we go. So how are our numbers comparing? So it looks like our hash rate numbers remain the same. This setting here was the lowest hash rate, just like our other driver. And our 1552 was our highest hash rate again. But again, look where the green is. This may be the highest hash rate, but it's actually one of our lowest hash to watt ratios. So trying to pump out the hash rate isn't necessarily always a good thing. Now, one thing that's kind of good here is the hash to watt ratio is pretty close within them all. Ultimately, myself, I'm going to move my 3060s to this setting now. If I was on this driver, I'm moving them to this setting. I go for hash to watt ratio. I don't care about dropping a mega hash or 2. Long term, this is all I care about. This section right here is the go-to for me. That's all I ever care about. Okay, we got some ads and stuff going on here. No one talks about PSU efficiency, which to me is a big thing. A lot of people don't factor. Kurosak's Corner. That is a 100% great question and a great point you put out there. I'm trying to put together, I'm thinking about how. One thing, it's easy. You just come up with an idea, come up with a video. But the other thing is, how do you present that video? And I'm trying to think of ways to present my content, to make it more engaging, more enriching, adding green screen stuff, animations, text, sound effects. But it takes like hours and hours of editing on top of that. At the same time, I'm trying to drop videos every day and stream most of the time, every day, every few days. But to release videos like that takes a long time. And I want to start transitioning into that type of period. But power supplies is one of the things on the topic that I want to do. And you are 100% right there. A lot of people don't utilize that. You see, majority of the miners, they're going out there and they're buying ATX power supplies. Okay, no, that's great. Use ATX power supplies. But did you guys see that NVIDIA and some other people, they're implementing a 2,000 watt power supply for these new NVIDIA GPUs and whatnot? Thinking about it, you're like, why would you even need a 2,000 watt power supply? Well, I'm going to explain to you why you would and why you probably shouldn't be mining on ATX power supplies in general. Sure, it's okay and it comes down to that. But if you really want to get nitty gritty and picky when it comes to power consumptions and efficiency for after Ethereum, it's something you're really going to want to look into. So an ATX power supply, their efficiency peak is in the 20 to 50% range. So technically for a 3080 and, a 5950X like mine, I have a 600, I use about 500 some watts. I should have at least around a 1200 to a 1400 watt ATX power supply inside my gaming workstation. I should, because then I'd be running it at that peak thing. Now, server power supplies, they have their peak thing running at the 70 to 85% mark. That's why server power supplies, they start off low power, they use more power wrapping up, but long term, they're made 24/7 use. You're running everything in the 80% range, like your mining rigs. Server power supplies are better and more efficient than ATX PSUs for mining crypto. It just is. ATX power supplies, are you running? People are trying to get 2 of them. They're like, how many can I fit on this 750 watt power supply? Everything's rated up. You're at 1400 watts. You're using 1200 watts. You're running everything at 70 to 80%. You should be on server power supplies, not ATX power supplies. You are using more power than the efficiency rating in there because you're going past where their actual peak efficiencies are. That's why we're seeing these 2000 watt server or 2000 watt ATX power supplies and stuff coming out to run in the 600 to 1000 watt range on your gaming PCs. ATX power supplies are designed for gaming, or not gaming PCs, but like PCs in general, workstations. That's why they're only like 400 watt up to 1000 watts is good for offices sitting there idle doing whatever. You can run 200-300 watt power supplies because they're sitting there idle running like anywhere upwards to 100 watts. They're staying within the efficiency peak ratings. So a lot of people don't really understand that, don't know what's going on, but that's what's happening with power supplies. I don't recommend ATX power supplies. Obviously, I have a whole bunch of them and I use a whole bunch of them, but looking after Ethereum, you may want to start looking into your power supplies, switching them around, and that's just some facts. And that's why we're seeing huge power supplies coming out with the release soon to be coming of that 4000 series. It's because none of the PSUs right now, they're going to be moving into that 80 to 90% range right now. You look on Reddit, people are like, I have a 750 watt PSU. Can I run my 3080 and all this? Technically, people are saying, yes, you can, no problem. You still have about 100 and some watts there left to use and stuff. It might be running warm, whatever. You are going way past that. You have to run your PCs and stuff. ATXs are supposed to run, like I said, 25 to 50%. If you're going above that, go to server power supplies. That's just the quick bottom line. Anyway. It's not all 100% server PSUs though. Breakout boards and cables can be a hit or miss, so you got to do your due diligence. Yeah, that's very well true. But all my server power supplies, the ZSX motherboard or breakout boards and everything for them, I get all my stuff from Parallel Miner. It's all good, high quality stuff. 94% efficiency rating. Some of them are 96. If you guys are looking for any type of server type of hardware, breakout boards and stuff, my links is full of Parallel Miner stuff, and that's where I do get all my stuff from. So they're good, legit stuff. You can get a graph that shows efficiency at load. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of graphs, and that's kind of where I'm guessing that it's hard to find. Let's just find one right now for an ATX PSU. ATX PSU efficiency graph or something. I don't know. Usually it always pops up for like 750s and stuff, but let's just take a look. What is this? Silverstone 94, Tom's Hardware, input, where are they? I don't know where it is. PSU 230. Where are they all? 80 plus titanium Corsair RM. Let's see what this is. Corsair RR. You can see the highest peak is sitting 50. See, it's all 50%. And you got to remember too, let's look at this. See, it's kind of gap. See, look. Just before 50% here, at least on this RM850, this is an ATX PSU. The highest point to the efficiency curve. Oh, you guys can't even see that because my screen's all messed up. The highest point of the efficiency curve is just before the 50% mark. And then it starts to taper down. And then what are these? These are the efficiency ratings maybe. But regardless, depending on what you get, you see where I'm getting at here. 50% for ATX power supplies is where it's at. Where you see, if we were looking at a server power supply, it would kind of go something like this and then start to come down. So it's arches in this area here, more on the higher end, which is where crypto miners do utilize all their power at. So for crypto mining, I really do recommend the server power supply stuff and whatever else. Anyway, where are we at here? What are we looking at? I don't remember what we're talking about. I think, oh yeah, we're looking at our sheet here going over things. People also need to know that the efficiency standard, like gold, silver, bronze, whatever, isn't an indication of quality power supply. Gamers Nexus has done a lot of videos about PSUs. Yeah, that's one thing I mix up a lot. I know when I talk about sometimes bronze PSUs, I say they're cheaper and whatever else. They feel a lot lighter and cheaper. But it is mostly just due to the fact that it is their power range. So like example, let's just take 100 watts for an example. A bronze 80% or whatever, or 78%, whatever they are, it would be using at 100 watts, it would be actually utilizing like 118 watts or something at the wall. And they have a 96% one, you know, a platinum or titanium 96%, it'd be using 104 watts. So say your GPU is using 100 watts at the wall, it's going to be 104 watts. You know, in theory, if you're utilizing a full 100 DC voltages or DC watts there, convert into the AC watts, you're going to be using about 104 on a 96%. It's that extra 4% is going to be going extra there. You got your 94%, so now you're going to be using 106 watts at the wall. And then, you know, further you go down, you're at your 80%, you're going to be using 120 watts at the wall for that same 100 watts. So that's how the efficiencies come in long term. You know, they do save on power prices. Yes, they cost more money, but like if you're in a giant warehouse or something, having all those will definitely save you guys a bunch of money. 3 Fox Crypto has to go to bed. All right, sounds good. Thank you for showing up. Much appreciated. My best friend says no sleep. But for crypto miner, a gold and above is a must. I used to mine on bronze ATX PSU. They waste a lot of power. Yeah, for sure. That's why you see the standard 80 plus. And I just wanted, you brought that out, so I did want to bring that point forward. Is ATX power supplies, they're mostly made to run within the 50% or less type of range, where obviously as miners, we're running our power supplies beyond that, because a lot of people just think, oh, 750 watts, I have 750 watts to play with. Well, technically, you only have about 300 and some watts, or 750, so say it was 350, so like 375. Really, you have about 375 watts or less if you want to stay in the efficient zone of it. Sorry I'm late. Did RabidMining talk about the big ETH blocks hit again today? Some hit yesterday, now more big ones hit today. Oh, really? There's some more smashed out today? Awesome. I wish that Solo needs to hit one of those blocks. Crazy. But no, I missed those. I didn't talk about them. We were just doing the testing here. And my voice I'm starting to lose my voice now. We've been live for a long time, guys. Longer than usual. It's not on you. The standard is messed up and chaotic. For example, a brand / model of PSU can get the gold standard for one model for hitting the peak at 87 at a certain range. Yeah, no, I understand the percentages and the bronze and the ratings that's what they are. They're based on efficiency ratings and not manufacturing actual capabilities. But I still don't recommend bronze for mining. You're going to be wasting more power than needed. But I do have a bronze power supply, which I do plan on testing. I do plan on, because I also, you guys know, I got that Be Quiet there. It's a titanium power supply, a 1200 watt titanium. It's like 96 or 97%. I don't know, whatever the highest one is, that's what it is. So I want to test it, you know, obviously versus gold 80 and versus bronze 80 to see, you know, the difference between power supplies. So a video like that is coming soon. Testing these 3 power supplies, looking at the power consumption differences, and, you know, is it worth the extra money or not? So we'll see. Obviously, to do it correctly, you're going to have to run them in within the peak optimal range, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to appreciate everyone for showing up. Here are the results of these tests here. I'll probably get the video together on this and recalculate all these ones to the 3 decibel mark so I can get it going. But it looks like, you know, I think the 470 driver is better than the 510 driver for overall statistics here. So let me know if you guys, you know, tried this out as well and witnessed kind of the same thing. Again, the 1552 on both situations, yes, it gives you the greatest hash rate, but it's not the most efficient. These are the settings I am going to be getting rid of. I wish I would have tested this a while back, but I just went with, you know, what people were saying, said, you know, use 1552. It's the best setting for the 3060 LHR cards. And, you know, we just found out that, yes, hash rate wise, best setting, efficiency wise, one of the worst settings. So there we go, guys. Appreciate everyone for showing up. I will see you guys on the next one. Oh, hold on.
Rabid out.